going to take an unforgettable journey. Viewer discretion is advised. The incredible Singh. Sat Shri Akal Ji. This is the one, the only, the incredible Singh. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 77. Can you guys believe it? I've done 77 episodes. Well, this will be the 77th episode, so it's pretty special here. 7 and 7, double digits, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's keep it going here. So for you first timers, this show is about things that affect us because everything affects us differently. I'll address various topics such as my health and fitness tips, current events, and showcase some of my favorite music. I hope to deliver some insight and positively enlighten you to get motivated for enjoying life. So I hope you guys have had a fantastic week. I know I definitely have. I think it's, what was the last episode? Like almost like a week and a half ago or something like that. Anyways, we're talking about Jazzy B. He's going to be coming down with the Vancouver Canucks this Friday night against the Washington Capitals. So that's going to be pretty entertaining. This is for Dhaliwal. He did this last year, and actually I thought it was a pretty fantastic show. E3 Entertainment, Shedata, 24 Collision. They're all involved with making this event happen. Q-Town Productions, Limitless Entertainment. So a lot of good people are working on this event to make it happen for you, the fans. And last year, this game, when Jazzy B was there, it was the highest selling, to my knowledge anyways, it was the highest selling game of the season. So we're hoping that this is going to be the same thing again. I'm also going to talk about the federal election coming up here. Oh, sorry, and I forgot to tell you, the game is coming up Friday, October the 25th. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, make sure you go to canucks.com/Dhaliwal to get your tickets. Moving on to the federal election in Canada. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on. Halloween's coming up. Hope you got your decorations up. We're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about my favorite 3 songs. What are they going to be? You gotta bet that Sidhu is going to be up in that mix, and a few other amazing artists as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So we're going to start off with last episode, number 76, his song in 60 seconds, with Jazzy B, the Apache Indian, SukhE, Mangdi, and I just wanted to say it's really cool to see that my song in 60 seconds is actually going somewhere, because the model in the video, she reposted it, and the producer of the music video, or the director of the music video, also reposted it on social media. So must be doing something right, so which is actually pretty cool. So thank you guys so much for reposting it there and sharing the love, and just showing my appreciation that I appreciate you guys. Anyways, so let's play the track right here, right now on the Incredible Livecast. The Incredible Health Tip of the Week. Again, still working on that little intro. I'll get to it eventually. Alright, let's talk about this here. Okay, now do 100 of those. Instead of flailing away at the gym, enlist the help, even just temporarily, for a personal trainer. Make sure you learn to breathe properly. This is huge, guys. And to do the exercises right away. You'll get more of a workout while spending less time at the gym. Really quick, this is what I do. I do my set, and while I'm waiting in between my set, I'm actually doing on-the-spot jogging. So I keep my heart rate up during that process as well. I'll take like a few seconds break right after I do the set, do my little jog, and then get right back into it. So every minute and a half or so, I'm doing a new set and doing that rotation over and over and over again. So it's actually really helped me out to help me shed the weight. So I hope that helps you guys out as well. So let's start off with Dhaliwal, Harj Nagra, Jatt Recaard. Alright guys, let's talk about the federal election in Canada here. So NDP going in there pretty strong. They ended up tipping at the last second there. Apparently something about Jagmeet's brother holding up a sign saying F the police or something stupid like that. That probably took down a lot of the votes there. The other thing I found really interesting is how it all kind of played out. Like you expected a certain way of how everything was going to go, but it clearly didn't happen that way. But the bottom line is, if you don't already know, the Liberals have won with a minority victory, and that essentially means they have to work with everybody. So they have to work with the Conservatives, they have to work with NDP, they have to work with the Green Party. That's really what it comes down to. So how we actually voted, and actually the number of seats, how it all kind of played out, it's what it is. I mean, my area, it started off as Liberal, ended up being Conservative, and you know, whoever I voted for is irrelevant now. But you know, let's just say I didn't vote for the winner. Let's just put it that way. So I think overall it's going to work out better for us, because now everybody has to play nicely with each other. They have to make compromises. They have to work together to make something happen in Canada to appease all the different parties that are involved. Now, the part that's really interesting is the whole Conservative Party. And the reason why I bring that up is because, you know, I'm just trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be like totally serious or anything like that. So if somebody gets offended with what I'm about to say, deal with it, or just skip over this part, because I might offend some people with what I'm about to say here. So the Conservative Party, they took 35%, which means, you know, that, you know, they're majority, or not majority, but they're basically the leading party of the minority. And so obviously majority of Canada is voting Liberal or Conservative. It's just how it sort of kind of played out, which is fine. But in conversations with people and the things that I see on social media and the comedy skits and whatnot, it's just kind of funny, because 35% of Canada is in favor of racism. 35% of Canada is in favor of anti-abortion. 35% of Canada is in favor of anti-LGBT community. And 35% of like the Conservative Party in total, whoever voted for them, 35% of Canada is anti-multicultural, anti-multiculturalism. How does that really work? With, you know, Andy Shearer, he's talking about, you know, like we are Canadians, we gotta be all Canadian. These are the mandates for the Canadian ruling here. So what are the mandates? What is it to be a Canadian? It is so diverse. There's so many different municipalities. There's so many different cultures that are in Canada that it's hard to really say what is it to be a Canadian person. What is the Canadian identity? The Canadian identity has been multiculturalism. It's been like that for years and years and years. So, you know, to try to blend it into, hey, we are Canadian. Yes, we are. But what does that mean? The Irish, the Russians, the Ukrainians, the British? What does that actually mean? We are Canadian. So that makes me laugh, because, you know, we've got tons of Indian people here. We've got tons of Muslims people here. We've got tons of Chinese people here, and I'm obviously skipping over a whole bunch of other ones. There's, you know, you got the Africans, you've got the Americans, you've got the New Zealanders, you've got the Australians, you've got the everybody else's that's involved, right? So what are we gonna do with this government? It just kind of makes me laugh a little bit, like how this kind of played out. And then the other funny thing in my conversation with some of my friends, they're about this whole, you know, what's happening, how this is going to work out, how it's going to play out, what we've kind of dealt with over the last few years, and what we're expecting over the next 4 years. Over the next 4 years, I expect it to be a little bit better than the way that it was over the last 4 years. Not that it was bad, but because of the minority liberal government winning this whole thing here, like I said at the top, right? They're going to be working with each other to make it a better Canada. So I'm actually really rooting for them. But one of my buddies is actually saying that I should run for politics, which makes absolutely no sense. I'm nowhere near any sort of political background. I don't have any knowledge in terms of what to expect and different policies and foreign this, that, blah, 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 all this stuff that's involved. But he's like, he said, you know, it would actually be a really good thing for me to do, because it's for the fact that I wasn't involved with that. I've got other experiences. I've got experiences in the community. I've been living here my entire life. I haven't moved out of the community. I've given back to the community. I've done so many things to help other organizations within the community, cancer research, fundraisers for MLS and toy drives and food drives and clothing drives and all these other different things within the community. So he's like, yeah, like you're actually a very good candidate to be involved with this in the next running here. I was like, okay, well, how does that make any sense? What would be some of the policies? And I asked him, like, I straight out asked him, like, what would you think that I should be involved with, and how can I make Canada better, or how can I make the municipality better? So as we started going back and forth and thinking about how this would work here, number one, and probably the most important thing, is the transit system. You want to get people off of the road, then how about make the transit cheaper or more cost effective, or make it free altogether, and then charge tolls on the bridges, which I know people don't like that, but if you want to drive your own individual vehicle that is not registered with trucking or some sort of business that is involved with transport, then you got to pay the tolls to travel over the bridges and actually get back and forth if you want to do it that way. Now, if you have a cheaper alternative, which is transit, which can be a lot faster, if it would have enough buses, enough trams, enough of everything that's involved, and make it this widespread, equal opportunity, anybody can get on and anybody can get off. It's all included as part of your taxes that you pay on a monthly basis or yearly, whatever. Basically, you pay for it in your taxes. And yeah, go wherever you want within the Lower Mainland. You can get from Chilliwack to Vancouver. You can go back and forth and get to North Vancouver and all that sort of thing, with a tram system, with a bus system, with a proper system in place, where you're not waiting 45 minutes to an hour and a half for your bus because you missed it by 2 freaking seconds and the bus had to take off because they're on a schedule and all this and that. So the more buses running, the more people are able to get everywhere. It's going to bring less people on, less cars on the road, because you're charging people more. I mean, gas is already ridiculous as it is, so leave it where it is. That's fine. It sucks for me. Honestly, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that we pay so much for gas, but it's what it is in the Vancouver area. So what is the alternative? Make it free to go on transit, SkyTrain, all that sort of stuff. Build a train system that's going to link all the way up to Hope to downtown Vancouver, which I think is like the Western Express or whatever that's called. So it's there. People don't use it because it's freaking expensive. That is the reason why people don't use it. They don't want to go all the way out there and then be charged a bunch of money just so they can get back and forth from where. But honestly, if people use that system, it'll make it a little bit faster. Maybe there's some boat system that we could use as well. I mean, we've got the ferry system between Vancouver and North Vancouver that obviously helps from waterfront to North Vancouver. That also obviously helps as well. But that's sort of the thing that's my policy on transit. All right, number one. Number two is access to childcare services. It is so crazy. I mean, the school system is crazy. The preschool system is crazy. The daycare system is crazy. You got people all over the place, running all over the place, trying to figure stuff out and finding a perfect fit and this and that. There's so many different places that you can go to, but you don't get in because of the wait list, and you can't get in because it's too expensive, and then you have all these other costs and things like that. So, number two would be to have a better childcare program, better childcare service or system, where you have a whole bunch of people that are interested in doing this, have an actual proper facility that they can actually house these kids and entertain them and whatnot, and make it much more cost effective or much more affordable to be able to help have these things accessible. Because even though you make a ton of money, you still have a ton of debt because the housing system is a whole fucked up situation as well, which is another thing I'll get into. That'll be my point number three. But being able to have these kids out of the house, interacting with other kids, is going to be a huge development opportunity for these people. You have grandpas who don't want to be the disciplinary person, but because the family is, they've got all these debts and all these other student loans and car loans and house loans and all this other mortgages and all this other stuff that's going on. You got 2-3 kids going on. It's not cost effective to be able to invest in a childcare program because it's so expensive. And then you got to, like I said, all my other points as I said early on. So make childcare closer to free as possible, any way, shape, or form. Put in the tax. I don't know. We got to figure something out where it gets all covered inside of, you know, something. Maybe there's like a monthly, annual something. I don't know. Whatever. We have to figure something out where it gets covered in some way, shape, or form. Maybe that could be something to do with the tolls that are going to be on the bridges that I'm going to be installing if I end up getting elected. Number 3 is the housing system and how everything it is now. Like, it's crazy, guys. Like, you know, this mortgage stress test and this and that. Like, what the fuck were they thinking to create such a maniac panic to have people sell their houses, but nobody can afford these things? How does that make any sense whatsoever? And now you've got building condos, you've got townhouses that are completely overpopulating the space, which is fine if you have a proper community set up. But everything is so far over here. You can't get to one place to another without a vehicle. So it ties back into my first point, that you need better trams, you need better bus systems, you need more of all of that to be able to get to one place or another. So yeah, if you're gonna have a townhouse community, then make sure that you have your grocery store that's close by, and you know, like basically a mini version of a Walmart that's close by, so you can get all the basic necessities without having to travel. You can walk 5-10 minutes and actually get out of the house and actually do some exercise. That's going to make a huge impact there. Little things like that. See, I'm going back to my health tips. To do the little things to get you off your feet. We are so reliant on vehicles. We are so reliant on traveling in vehicles to get from point A to point B and back. Nobody walks anymore. And I'm just as guilty because I don't walk to half the places. I always take my car. I drop my kid off at daycare. I drop my kid off at school. I drive. I can walk. It is literally 5 minutes away from my house, but I still drive because that's what's ingrained in my head to do these type of things. Now, same thing with groceries. All you need is a little like scooter buggy thing that you can take with you that has a little shuttery thing on it where you can cover it. So if it's a little bit raining or drizzly, whatever, you're still close enough that your stuff won't melt or get too cold or whatever you're trying to do, right? So you still have that back and forth where you can do that. So that's going to make a huge impact there. So houses are much more cost effective, then all of us won't be in crazy debt, living paycheck to paycheck. This is what Canadians want. Canadians want somebody that's actually going to stand up for the people and say what needs to be said. This is my 2 cents. I've got more to say about that, but I'll save that for another time. I'm the Incredible Singh. Let's play some more music by Jazzy, Gill, and Neha, Kakkar, and SukhE. I like this guy. Nikle right here on the Incredible Livecast. It's time for the Incredible Fitness Tip of the Week. Eat slowly. Put your fork down in between bites to keep from overeating. When you eat more slowly, you allow your mind to recognize when your body is full. I'm the Incredible Singh. Let's play the next track by Miss Pooja called Kashmir. Oh main kya ji kidda? This is the one and only the Incredible Singh, and it's time for my favorite part of the show. I've got my favorite top 3 songs, and I'm going to play a clip of each track, and then I'm going to let you know what my favorite song in 60 seconds is going to be on the other side. The first track I'm going to play is by Karan Aujla and Deep Jandu. J-Track was on the record as well. But this track is pretty fantastic. I love the way the scenery is done, how the images shift back and forth, very 3D dimensional looking type of a thing in the video. So that was very well done. So I'm going to play a clip of that. And the second track I'm going to play is also by Karan Aujla, and that's 2 AM. This is also done by Roachkiller. Rupen Bal did the video on this one. This is actually the video is very deep, and that's what I really like about this track. From start to end, it makes me keep on watching it over and over again. And Karan Aujla, his voice is absolutely fantastic. And the third track is by Sidhu Moosewala, as well as Mist, Steel Bangles, and Stefflon Don. This one's called 47. This is a track that brought the UK together. So I'm going to play a clip of each track. I'll let you know what my favorite is on the other side. I'm pretty sure you can already guess which one it's going to be. Yo, 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 this is the one, the only, the incredible Singh, and this week's song in 60 seconds goes to...
Daddy, what's this number?
Sidhu Moosewala, Mist, Steel Bangles, and Stefflon Don. This combination was absolutely ecstatic with the track called 47. Who would have thought that these guys would have gotten together in the first place? All the way from the very top at the very beginning of the track, it sets the tone all the way throughout the track to deliver excellence all the way through and through. I think the personality that stands out for me the most is Steel Bangles, because she is definitely rocking it and standing out amongst all the guys that are in the video. Everyone has their own unique blend of thuggish ruggishness. The track was brought together by Catalyst Records, Sick Made Records, and Gifted Records. I'm very happy that these guys put it all together, and that's why 47 is this week's song in 60 seconds. Get out of here. Have you guys heard of Alan Kay? I haven't, but honestly it doesn't matter, because the point is, he said the best way to predict the future is to invent it. Whatever it is, guys, just do the best that you can, make things happen. I'm the Incredible Singh. Let's keep playing the music here with Sudesh Kumari and Balwinder Matewadia with an absolutely fantastic track on Cloud9 Music called Kakkar Galasarna. Alright guys, so every year I do the same thing. I try to get back into the sports, especially after the Canucks played against the Boston Bruins in the Stanley Cup Finals. I've been very, broken, I guess you could say, when it comes to sports. I'm very happy with the Seattle Seahawks. I watch them whenever I get the chance. The Toronto Raptors winning last year kind of got me a little bit motivated to get back into basketball. Just a little bit. Honestly, I probably won't watch too many games, here and there when I have free time. But the Canucks is probably the biggest one that I'll probably pay attention to. This is a completely different team, completely different players, except for a handful that were in that Stanley Cup playoffs. So now I'm really looking forward to see what they can do. So like I said, every year I do the same thing. I end up watching a couple of games, I end up getting disappointed, I end up not watching anything at all after that first couple of games, and then I wait till the finals or the playoffs, and then I start getting back into it again. So I kind of bandwagon a little bit, and it's what it is. It's sort of the thing that I've been doing recently here. But now this season, I've been impressed by Seattle Seahawks, so I've been paying a little bit more attention to them, which that started in September. I didn't watch anything until October, but at the same time, I'm still impressed with the record so far. Even the games that they've lost, they've actually played pretty well, so I'm pretty impressed with that. So I'm going to continue with this trend, and we'll see what ends up happening. Hopefully I end up watching a few more games and whatnot. And obviously it's just in perfect time for the Diwali show that's coming up this Friday night with the Vancouver Canucks against the Washington Capitals. Jazzy B is going to be there. I talked about that at the top of the show, so I'll skip that conversation because I already said that earlier on. But now onto the Toronto Raptors. Now we'll see what ends up happening this year. I mean, these guys are the NBA champions, so we'll see what they end up coming up with next. Will I watch a couple of games? Well, I'll probably watch a couple of games. I'll be honest with you. I probably won't end up watching too many. Am I going to jump on the bandwagon? I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see what ends up happening. But yeah, if you're not watching it, that's okay. Everybody's to each their own. Do your thing. Do what you got to do. But the one thing I did do differently this year is I actually subscribed to the sports channels again. Whereas in previous years I had it, I think I put it on for like a day and then I literally took it off the next day because I was so disgusted with how the gameplay was that I just couldn't handle it, and I just shut it off altogether. But this time around, like I said, I've got it on. It's been on there for a couple of weeks now. Let's see what ends up happening, and yeah, we'll go from there. Maybe I'll get interested in some of the conversations that happen. I mean, we talk about it at work all the time, and all my other friends there like Harj into it as well, right? So, it's interesting to see how North American society is so into sports, whereas other cultures, other ethnicities, or in other countries, they're not so heavy in terms of these type of sports. Obviously, they're more into soccer or cricket or something like that. But in terms of the craze that we have here in North America for these type of sports, it's pretty fantastic. One of my buddies, he's living abroad for the last few years, and this is exactly what he's noticed. He's noticed that everybody over here, if you got nothing else to talk about, you end up talking about sports. That's just how it is. It's just the type of conversation that you bring up where, majority of the people that are here, they'll know something about some sort of sporting event that happens in the NHL or the NBA or in the NFL. CFL is a different story though. Not too many people watch the CFL for various reasons. Not such an exciting game, or if it is exciting, I don't know. I don't really know. It's just, even myself as well, like I say the same thing, like, BC Lions, like I should be cheering for the BC Lions as well. I don't know. I just can't get myself into the game. It's just one of those things. But anyways, let's play some more music here. I'm the Incredible Singh. Let's play Fauji Gill from his album Dafa Hoja, this track called Bondal Gay, the Bhangra remix. Alright guys, hit me up on all my social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Mixcloud, SoundCloud, Snapchat, and hit me up on email, theincrediblesing@hotmail.com. I definitely want to hear what you have to say, whether you like the show, don't like the show, just definitely comment, like the show, repost, do your thing. Let's get the word out there. I'm the Incredible Singh. Let's play another track by Jazzy B called Romeo featuring Takeover ENT. Alright guys, that's a wrap for episode number 77. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I always enjoy putting it all together here for you. And yeah, congratulations to Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party for winning the minority government federal elections. I don't think I even said that properly, but you know what I'm trying to say. Congrats, guy. And Jazzy B, make sure you hit up that show Friday, October the 25th. Vancouver Canucks versus the Washington Capitals. And Halloween's coming up, October the 31st. Have you figured out your outfit yet? I honestly haven't. So hopefully you guys figure it out. Give me some ideas. What do you think I should be for Halloween? Should I be a vampire? Should I be a moose? I don't know. Something. I'll do something. Thanks you guys so much. And as usual, stay positive, stay focused, and stay blessed.